Hello, hello, everybody. How's everybody this morning? I ask you please smash that like button on your way in. Let people know that we are live. Just trying to get a few things set up here, you guys. So I've got all the documents to show you. So I'm gonna wait. We'll get a bunch of people in here. Please smash that like button on your way in, if you don't mind. So I'm just getting all the paperwork set up here so I can just jump to it as soon as we start. Like I feel sick to my stomach, you guys, over what I've read. Good morning, Deborah, and or good afternoon, sorry, Deborah, Janet, Wilma. Hello, hello. And we've got like 20 people in here, only 8 likes. Please smash that like button so everybody is made aware. Hello, Janice. So everybody is made aware that we are live. Hello, Z Storage. And you're very welcome. So I'm just getting stuff set up here. Please smash that like button. "23 people in here and only 11 likes. Come on, you guys, smash that. Hello, Whisper. Whisper to me. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, so I'm just getting this stuff set up so I have it ready to show. Okay. So I hope everybody is having a great week so far. It is a hump day, so. Okay. Oh, Barry. Oh, Barry. Hello, Southern Sass. Good afternoon. Oh, you're very, very welcome. So I'm asking everybody, when you please come in, please smash that like button. It tends to push out the notifications to people that we are live. And it's free. Hello, Shadow of Lotus. Good afternoon, everybody. We are going to start momentarily. I'm just getting things set up here. Oh, it's hot, hot, hot here too, you guys. So, okay, so the first thing we're going to go over, you guys, is the public release order regarding the affidavit. So this is what I've been waiting for. I want to see the probable cause affidavit to see what they got. And I mean, hello, good afternoon, Brenda. We're not going to get everything that they have, but we're going to get snippets of it, okay, in the arrest affidavit. Now, what has been released is the criminal complaint. We don't have the arrest affidavit or probable cause yet. But what is listed in the complaint, which I'm going to be showing you after this, is gives us some indication. Once the arrest affidavit is released and the probable cause affidavit, we're going to get a lot more information as to what they have. We're not going to get it all, but we're going to get snippets of it. So the prosecution wanted to release all that right away. And this is an order regarding the public release of arrest affidavit, which, I mean, if you want to read through all of this, you can pause it later and read through it all. But what this state basically states, and this was filed on May 6th. Okay, the court gave defense counsel 7 days from the 6th to note the position regarding unsealing of the affidavit. Now, they have put in a motion to seal it. They don't want it released to the public. They don't want the probable cause, and they don't want the arrest affidavit released, okay? So, that's when this was signed. The next thing that was filed was the order regarding the defense's motion to limit public access to court records. Now, that's not just the affidavit of arrest or the probable cause affidavit. They want everything sealed. So any motion, you guys know that have followed along in the Letitia Stout and Lori and Chad Daybell, everything that is put into the court record, we get to see, okay? So we basically get to see what their positions and everything are and what's being fought about, etc. Or if there's anything new that's come out, we're able to see it. Well, Barry seems to think that he is somebody special because he wants nothing available to the public. Nothing. Well, Barry, in a criminal proceeding, the public has a right to know. The public has a right to see. The public has a right to be in the courtroom. Because of COVID-19, they are doing things virtually. The public is still allowed to see that. Barry seems to think that he is somebody special and that they're trying to stop the public from seeing anything. So this is the motion that the defense filed to limit public access to court records, okay? So the defendant has filed a motion to limit public access to court record already filed pursuant to Rule 55.12, and that motion was filed on Thursday, May 13th. By rule, a party in opposition to the defense's motion has 14 days to file a response to the motion. So the prosecution has 14 days from this date, from the 13th, to file their motion, arguing why everything should be released. Like, Barry just thinks that he is something special. Okay, you guys, please smash that like button so people know that we are live. Okay, so as it stands right now, any party in opposition to the motion has until Thursday, May 27th to file a response to the motion. Until the court resolves the motion, the arrest affidavit, the motion, and any response to the motion remain inaccessible to the public. So there's a lot of things that the public cannot see. Like I said, he thinks he is something special. And by filing that, you guys, even though it's unconstitutional to the public, the court has to seal it until there's arguments held on it and until there's an order made regarding it. Okay? So yes, hello, good morning, good afternoon, whoever's in morning and whoever's in afternoon. Our spirit eyes, good afternoon. And that is my daughter blowing up my phone again. It is, and wait till you see what I've got. I'm going to show this next. It's just sickening, and we're going to get a little taste right here of why, okay? This is why he wants everything sealed, because he doesn't want his family and all his followers and all these people that have been saying all along he's innocent, his daughters and family, he doesn't want them seeing all this, okay? Well, too bad, Barry. You shouldn't have done the crime, right? Good afternoon, Karen, and one Bilas Mama Mo. Good afternoon, everybody coming in. Oh, wow. Good morning, Anne. Les Mama Mo says it was hot the other day and now it's snowing here in Drayton Valley, Alberta. Yeah, it's just crazy across Canada. So we've been having really hot weather up near the 80-degree Fahrenheit this last week. So let's get back to this, you guys. Again, I'm going to ask you guys, please smash that like button so people know that we are live. Okay, so Linda Stanley is the prosecutor, and go Linda, because she is going hard. Okay. Count 1, murder in the first degree. He's got 5 charges. Okay, so this is just the complaint. Okay. This is what he has been charged with: murder in the first degree, tampering with a deceased human body, tampering with physical evidence, possession of a dangerous weapon, an attempt to influence a public servant. Wait till you guys see who he tried to influence. You're going to be shocked. So let's read on it. Linda Stanley, District Attorney for the 11th Judicial District of the State of Colorado, in the name and by the authority of the people of the State of Colorado, that's right, the people, informs the court the following offenses committed or triable in the county of Chaffee. Count 1, murder in the first degree. Between and including May 9th. Okay, you guys, if you guys remember, go back a year ago. I said this did not happen on Mother's Day. This happened the evening before. Okay, I have said this since day 1. I do not believe she was killed on the 10th. I believe she was killed on the 9th. Okay, so, and we are seeing it here now that they have finally figured that out. Like I said, my ancestors aren't going to steer me wrong, you guys. They have steered me right. If you look back into one of my readings back in October, it came through my reading that things were going to blow up in spring, come spring. Look what happened. It blew up come spring. You guys want to go back and watch those videos? I'm telling you, it's all in there. It also says that somebody has come forward with information. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions regarding this, you guys, about how did they know? How did they find out? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I've been saying it since October. I think it was October, and then again in February. The last read I did was just after Suzanne's father died, and I asked if they together, now that they're together, if they had anything to share with us. And in that February reading, it came out that things were going to blow up in spring. Things are going to come to light in spring. And look at where we are. We are spring, and things, he's been arrested. I'm telling you guys, my ancestors do not steer me wrong. Also in that reading, it says that somebody has come forward. Okay? That's what they needed. They needed somebody to come forward. I know they've got some evidence. That's what I'm waiting for in the probable cause affidavit and the affidavit of arrest, because they've got a list in there why they believe he did it. They got not every reason, but a few, enough to say, we're ready to go to trial and he is triable. Okay, so how I am going to explain this is that probable cause affidavit and the arrest affidavit is only going to give us and give the courts enough to say we found this, this, and this, but that's not going to be everything that they found. Okay, you guys, I want you to keep that in mind. They have to give reasons for each of these charges and what they have, and not everything they have, but bits of what they have. They have to give enough to say, yes, there's enough here to send him to trial. Okay, so please keep that in mind. So as we're reading through these charges and some of the explanation here, you're going to get a little bit here. They're also going to have to show some proof of these charges in the probable cause affidavit. That's why I'm excited for that to come out. Okay, so let's get back to this. Between and including May 9th and May 10th, Barry Morphew unlawfully, feloniously, and after deliberation, and with the intent to cause the death of a person other than himself, caused the death of Suzanne Renee Morphew in violation of Section 18.3.102 1A of the Criminal Code. So when we get the probable cause affidavit, they're going to have to prove this. So we're going to get snippets of how they know she's been murdered. Okay? Now, tampering with a deceased human body. Between and including May 9th and May 10th, Barry Morphew, believing that an official proceeding was pending, in progress, or about to be instituted, and acting without legal right or authority, unlawfully and feloniously, willfully destroyed, mutilated, concealed, removed, or altered a human body, part of a human body, or human remains with intent to impair its or their appearance or availability in the official proceedings in violation of section 18.8.610.5 of the Criminal Code. Okay, so they're also going to have to give us snippets to prove he did this. Now, I want to make this clear, you guys. This is this section of the code here, okay, includes, okay, this. Okay? It doesn't mean that everything written there was done. These are all things that are included in that code. Okay? So he may have removed or altered a human body, so which means he did something to alter the human body. It doesn't mean that he destroyed and mutilated or concealed it, but it could. It could be one or a combination of these things. It doesn't mean that every single thing listed here was done. Okay? This could also mean that he moved her body several times. It doesn't mean that every single thing that is listed here was done. Okay? Jojo Ballistic says, my guidance saying 528 she'll be able to put address. I don't know how, I just appraisal. Yes, I'm going to do another updated read, you guys, after I get this here done. I've got a lot of things to do this afternoon, but I'm going to try and get in an updated read for you guys regarding this, okay? Now, please keep this in mind that just because it's listed here, it doesn't mean that every single thing that I've highlighted here in blue was done to Suzanne. This is all just part of that code, okay? The code that he was charged under, okay? So for me, I do believe that he dismembered parts of her body, okay, to put in different places. Now, and I do believe her body has been moved a couple times, minimum, okay? I feel that when the searches were getting close to maybe an area where she was, I believe she was moved, okay? Let's move on. Tampering with physical evidence. Between and including, and you can always see here, you guys, you see this? It's always including that May 9th, okay? So here is the dates of interest right here. This tells me that they know that she has been moved a couple of times, because this is going from the day that they believe she was murdered, which is May 9th. I called that a year ago, right up until March 4th, the day before he was arrested. Okay? They are saying between those two dates, he has done one or more of these things. Okay? So, between and including May 9th and March 4th, Barry Morphew, believing that an official proceeding was pending or about to be instituted and acting without legal right or authority, unlawfully and feloniously destroyed, mutilated, concealed, removed, or altered physical evidence with intent to impair its verity or availability in the pending or prospective official proceeding in violation of section 18.8.610.1a of the Criminal Code. Okay? Again, okay, it doesn't mean that every single one of these things were done. It means he's done at least one of these things. Could be one, could be two, could be all of it, but it doesn't mean that all of these things were done, okay? That these things are all included in that section of the criminal code. Okay. Possession of a dangerous weapon. Okay, and again, the dates now are between May 9th, 2020 and March 4th of 2021. The Barry Lee Morphew unlawfully, feloniously, and knowingly possessed a dangerous weapon, namely a short rifle, in violation of Section 1812-102-3 of the Criminal Code. Okay, so this, I believe, he may have been ordered to turn over any weapons. So I do believe that this is why he has a possession of dangerous weapon charge. Or this is a weapon that was not registered to him. There's something going on there. But he has had, they're talking about a weapon, okay, from May 9th, 2020. Now, what I'm going to give you my thoughts on this, and we'll see if it comes to fruition. I believe they may have said you need to turn over all your weapons because of this. Your wife is missing, presumed dead. You are a big part of this investigation. We need you to turn over your weapons. I think maybe he did not turn over a weapon. And I believe that weapon was used in her death. Okay. So I believe that they have found a weapon that was used in her death. Okay. That's what I think. So let's go on. Attempt to influence a public servant between and including May 10th, since the very beginning, right up until the day of his arrest. Barry Lee Morphew unlawfully and feloniously attempted to influence Damon Brown, Lamine Mulinex, Robin Burgess, Alexander Walker, Joseph Cahill, Derek Graham, Kenneth Harris, and Jonathan Grusing, public servants by means of deceit, with the intent thereby to alter or affect the public servant's decision, vote, opinion, or action concerning a matter which was to be considered or performed by a public servant or the agency or body of which the public servant was a member, in violation of Section 18.8306. Now, what I'm going to tell you about these people here, okay? They are, some of them are FBI, some of them are CBI, some of them are Chaffee police, and one is, I think, a district attorney or something. Okay? So all these people are law enforcement. Okay? So they are going back right until May 10th. Now, if you want my opinion on this, I'm going to tell you that I think that this is Barry trying to do his own narrative. And I believe this is him interfering with the police investigation, because he was saying blah, 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 blah. You guys messed it up. Her bike was there. I believe he threw the bike there. Now, if you go back to a year ago and you see one of my lives in there, I say, there is no way there was a bike ride. This is going back just after, maybe a couple weeks after Suzanne went missing. I said, there's no way. He threw that bike in the back of his truck and he threw it down that hill. That's how he knew that everything had been messed up. Okay? I said that 2 weeks after, or a week, maybe a week or two. One of my very first lives that I did, I discussed this where I said, there's no way. He had her in that vehicle and was going to do whatever he was going to do, or had parts of her, because I felt it. Okay? I also got that he threw that bike there and he threw that helmet where they found it. And there's another thing that was found of Suzanne's, I'm not sure what it is, further down the road. He threw that there too. And he was making a line. Look at her bike is here, and then further down the road, there's her helmet. And then further down the road, there's something else of hers. He was trying to make his own narrative. Okay? So I believe that he spoke with these officers, FBI, CBI, and local police, and was trying to change the way they thought, lying to them, trying to get them to do things that, um, weren't in the best interest of the case, steering them wrong, stuff like that. So, I mean, from pretty much day one, you guys, everything that came out in my reads has come true. Right up until my last one in February that said that this was going to blow up come spring. Okay? So all of these people are either FBI, CBI, or local law enforcement, and I believe one works for the prosecution. All offenses against the peace and dignity of the people of the state of Colorado, and it's signed by Linda Stanley. The endorsed witness list, notice of endorsement to be filed. We're not going to get that right away. Okay, defendant information that his date of birth is October 17th, 1967. He's white, he's a male, his height is 5'10", weight 175, blonde hair, blue eyes, birthplace Indiana. And what I find weird here is they have his address still as Puma Path, and he's not living there. He sold that house March 5th. Okay, that also came out in my February read that he was turning his back on that property, and sure enough, March 5th, it was sold. But they still have him listed here at the 19057 Puma Path, where he was living in around Maysville area, in another home there where he was arrested just outside of that home, just down the street. And this gives his offense number, his arrest number, his date of arrest, agency case number. Okay. So that is what we have so far, you guys. Okay, so hello everybody that's come in. I'm sorry if I did not welcome you in when you came in. I am welcoming you in now. I was busy reading over the affidavit. I can't see it when I can't see a lot of the chat when I'm got stuff up like that on my screen. But he had made a statement that the daughters were scared to stay there. If that's true or not, I don't know. I think he instilled a lot of fear into his daughters, because he had them believing that somebody else killed their mother. Okay, and it happened around their home. So that is why I believe the daughters weren't questioning it too much as to why he was getting rid of the home. I think they were afraid to stay there after their mother was murdered, and I think he instilled on them that, somebody killed her, so they're still lurking out there. It could be them next. He's going to be working. He's not going to be there to protect them. Stuff like that. I think he really instilled some fear into those girls. Also, you guys, yes, I'm going to let you know, the public defenders are not working for Barry anymore. He has hired a legal team. Oh, I'm just trying to see where my sister is. I'm surprised she's not in here yet. I don't know what's going on there with her. I know she's been pretty busy, so. Okay, so let's get back to some of this. Um, that shirt wasn't found, that blue shirt that, I believe it was AK that found that shirt. That was found a ways away. It wasn't found down the street. So there's another item that was found just down from where the helmet was found. That shirt was found further away. And I don't believe it was Suzanne's. Luby Lou says his legal costs will wipe him out. I don't think that's going to happen. Because don't forget, he sold the house in Indiana for like 700,000. He sold the Puma Path home for 1.625 million. There's other properties that he also severed and sold. So there's hundreds of thousands of dollars there. And this is why I think he was hiding money with people. Yes, clearly a narcissist. Yeah, because any of that money that is going to be used up, that's part of the daughter's inheritance, right? So he's gained control over everything. And this is why, you guys, he so quickly wanted to gain control over everything. Remember when he was going to court back in the day, like a year ago, wanting control over Suzanne and the estates and everything, because he says, oh, we had plans to sell and this and that. He wanted Suzanne's dad to sign beneficiary or whatever all over to him, because he knew this was coming. I think he was actually shocked that he hadn't been caught sooner. So that did give him time to sell off a lot of stuff and get money in the bank to fight this. But a narcissist, yes, he is. Yes, as soon as he is arrested, they would have frozen his assets. So, and this is what I mean, you guys. That's why he has things bought in other people's names. Okay? He's hidden this money. He had to show where this money went. He bought a place for his mother. He lent money to, or gave money to, this other woman to buy a place also. I believe that's all a ruse. I believe that that was done so they could liquidate those things when he needed the money for this trial. Andrea, I haven't heard that. I've only heard that he himself hired a private team. And yes, it's going to be all females battling it out in court, unless the prosecutor brings in a male prosecutor to assist. I don't think the state is going to end up paying. Yes, Tiffany, the authorities watched him. They were watching him pretty good. Tiffany also says the people who are hiding money for him, I believe they should be concerned. No, I don't think so at all, because he's locked up now. There's nothing he can do to them. And I don't think he's going to have anybody do anything for him, because everybody now is going to be scared. Anybody attached to Barry right now is sitting on pins and needles wondering if their arrest is coming next. And I do believe that there's going to be some more charges coming, with maybe after the fact things that were done. I do believe there's other charges for others in his circle that may be coming. So I don't believe they're sitting pretty right now. They could look at him right now and say, screw you, Barry. We're not selling anything. These are our houses. They're under our name. Screw you. And there's not a thing he could do about it. Okay. So I don't believe they're concerned at all, because I think anybody that had helped Barry are going to be very leery, and I don't think anybody's going to be helping him from here on out, because they're going to be scared to be arrested themselves. Hello, Lisa. Hello, everybody. Drama must remain. Tiffany. Everybody coming in. Miss Elizabeth. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think of him getting female lawyers. Yeah, I kind of knew about that they were keeping an eye on him, and I think there was multiple agencies in multiple different places keeping eye on him 24/7. And I believe they think that he was gonna flee. That's why the arrest came as quick as it did. I think they wanted a little bit more time because he was under 24-hour surveillance. I do think that they did want a little bit more time, but I believe that he may have been planning on fleeing, so they ran out of time. Oh, okay, Tiffany, I get you now. But really, Tiffany, there's nothing that can be done about if he gave them money to purchase properties. There's nothing that law enforcement can do about it. It's been done before he was arrested. And being he had authority over all the finances, he could do with it what he wanted, right? Now, if there are people holding money for him, and they can prove that, then yes. But any monies, any funds that they can prove are still linked to Barry are going to be frozen, or are already frozen. And this is why they tend to wait a bit, let him get a little more comfortable and stuff like that, so they can catch him slipping up. Burks, he gained control over all the assets by a court order. It started in Indiana. He backdoored his way into it. Because he got the order in Indiana, he then transferred that order to Colorado. Colorado hands were tied. They had to agree to an order to be applicable in Colorado. It's very complex, but they have to uphold an order from Indiana. And because in Indiana, he was given control over all of their assets and money and stuff, that carries over to Colorado. So he went sneaky about it and did it in Indiana and had it transferred to Colorado. He's sneaky. He's had help. He's had help, believe me. He has had help with people who know how to do shit like this. I believe Suzanne's money is totally gone. I believe Suzanne's money is already gone. So, yes, they do need to wake up. And not just that, you guys, don't forget, he's brainwashed them, okay? He's brainwashed them like you wouldn't believe. But this is, hello, Tammy. Hello, Vicky H. Hello, Chris. Hello, Merritt. Hello, everybody coming in. I'm sorry if I've missed you. I was reading over all the documents. Please smash that like button, you guys. Let everybody know that we are live. The thing with the Barry's daughters, he brainwashed them really bad. So this is another reason why he doesn't want all this information coming out. He doesn't want his daughters seeing that information, because if they turn on him, then all he's got left really is his mummy. You know what I mean? Everybody will turn on him, including his daughters. I think the only one that's going to stand by and fight for him is his mummy. So, I mean, it's going to come out. He can't stop it from coming out. It's public record, and the public has a right to know. Yeah. Apparently, these are the same lawyers that defended Patrick Frazee. Yes, somebody has been giving him advisement. And because of that, they are now brought into it. And that's why I say, you guys, I do believe that there's going to be after the fact charges coming. So people that have helped him cover things up, do certain things, are liable to be charged too for maybe some conspiracy after the fact or something along them lines. I do believe that there are going to be others that are charged in this. Shadow of Lotus, we just discussed that. Anything that they can freeze is already going to be frozen. Hello, Pharisee, and welcome. Please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't. I am daily, 3-4 times a day, checking all the court documents, not only in the Barry Morphew case, but in the Letitia Stout and Lori and Chad Daybell case. I am on this daily, so anything that comes out, you're going to hear it here. Any court documents that are filed, any evidence documents that are filed, you're going to see it here because I will bring it to you. So if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're made aware when I do go live. And please also hit that like button so everybody knows that we are live right now. If you haven't seen, hello, Bullets for Dinner, Lisa Hogan, hello, everybody. Everybody coming in, hello, please hit that like button. Thank you, Farah. It is going to be a very busy summer. Now, I do believe that the Lori and Chad Daybell case is going to be, the trial is not going to go forth until either very late 2021 or into 22. And the same with Letitia Stout, because now she's got a new lawyer. She was given back the public defenders. She didn't want them because there's a conflict of interest. So now she's been given another lawyer. That lawyer that she's been given has been helping her when she was pro se, but he doesn't have everything. He hasn't been able to go through everything yet. So now they are going to be extending the proof evident presumption great hearing on that. That's going to be extended again, I believe, until September. So I don't see the Letitia Stout or the Lori and Chad Daybell cases going to trial much before the new year. Now, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be happening between now and then with both cases, but I see Barry Morphew's case going before the new year. This case, I believe, is going to move quickly. The lawyers are not going to want to give the prosecution any more time than what they've already had to build their case. Okay, so I do believe the Barry Morphew case is going to be pushed through very quickly. Okay, also don't forget he is also facing charges of voter fraud because he filled out Suzanne's voter card and voted for Trump for Suzanne after she was long gone missing. So he's been charged with that also. Hello, Kathy. And yes, someone knows more of what happened and they are talking. I stated that way back last year that somebody is going to come forward. Also in my last read in February, that was a full blown out read once her dad passed. I did a read. In that read in February, you guys, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I did that read February, I think 26 or somewhere around there. It has a picture of Suzanne and her dad. I wanted to wait a bit after her dad's death. In that video, it comes out. Suzanne tells us that come spring, this is going to blow up. And it also says in there that somebody's going to come forward. Somebody's going to talk. Go watch that if you haven't. Also, my videos going back into October. Okay? A lot of what is coming out and being said, you guys, came out back then in my reads. Right. I believe that they are going to find parts of Suzanne. Okay. And I do believe, you guys, what I've said, that she has been moved a couple of times. But I do believe that part of her remains are going to be found under that creek behind their home. I believe that the water really wasn't, there wasn't much water flowing through there. I believe he dammed it a bit, enough to dig, put Suzanne in there, cover it back up, let the water start flowing back over top and placing the rocks back. I believe he did that. And I believe that's where parts of her are going to be found. So I'm anxious. Yes. Also, the Aurora area. I still believe things are there to be found. Are they going to be found? I don't know. But like I said, my ancestors have not been wrong from day one, you guys. Everything that they have said is coming true. Go back and watch the October read and the last read in February that I did. Not the live, the read, where Suzanne, is there a picture of it, of Suzanne and her dad. And I did that read because I wanted to know what they thought now that they had been reunited. And that's where it came out that this was going to blow up come spring and that somebody's going to start talking. So if you haven't seen that video, please go over and watch it. You're going to see. My ancestors do not steer me wrong. I do believe that some of her remains are going to be found in that creek bed. Thank you, Shadow of Lotus. Yes, and money is the root of all evil. I believe that, I think it's been proven. If not, it's going to be, that she was going to leave him. I believe she found out multiple things. I believe that she found out that he was scrounging away money. I believe that he was trying to make her do things that she did not want to do with the properties. I believe she found out that he was cheating. I believe that she found out that he went behind her back and signed some documents. There's in that last read, I believe there was 7 things that she found out. Minimum of 5, but there was 5 to 7 things that she found out, and I believe she confronted him, and I believe he lost his crap, and that's why she was murdered. Hello, Mama Shan Shan. Yes, I believe they have probable cause too. They have to have, there's probable cause affidavit. That's what I am anxious for to come out. I check it daily, 3-4 times a day. I sit here and I watch for that to come out. Don't forget, I'm 2 to 3 hours ahead of them. So I've got to stop doing that. I usually stop checking at around 6 p.m. my time, but that's only 3 or 4 p.m. their time. And sometimes they wait till the end of the day to file things. So I'm going to have to start checking more often. So my lives may be 6, 7 o'clock at night, because that's when I'm seeing that they're basically filing things. But yes, there is a probable cause affidavit, and we are going to find out in that probable cause affidavit some things that they have as evidence. We're not going to find out at all. They only have to put enough in that probable cause to show probable cause. They don't have to give everything that they have on each charge. So it's going to be interesting when we get to see that. That, I believe, is going to be decided, you guys, on May 27th. Chris says, I think it's George or Trevor. I believe it's his buddy that helped put up some money. Yeah, and they told Morgan not to give up her phone. Yes, so there's something there. I believe so. I believe she has. But I also believe that there's somebody very close to Barry that has finally started speaking. Is that his mom? Is it George? We don't know yet. And they may redact the names. This is what's going to peeve me off a bit. but I should be able to figure it out by the length of the names and stuff where they've redacted it, who they're speaking about. But yeah, the probable cause affidavit is what I'm waiting for. Yes. I don't think his mother will turn on him unless she is going to be charged with accessory to murder, right? Or accessory after the fact. Somebody is speaking, and it's somebody very, very close to him. His mom, George, somebody who is very tight. I don't think, if Trevor's wife had had something, I think she would have spilled her beans already, long ago. Yes, George is the 400 tours guy. Yes, I believe I believe, Mama Shannon, I do believe that that bobcat. Now, was it used to move Suzanne? No, but I believe it was used to dig that creek, to dig anywhere where he buried parts of her. And like I said, I believe that she has been moved at least twice. So did he bury a lot of her in that creek bed and then take other parts of her and bury them somewhere else, like Aurora? Why was that suitcase empty when they went to try and finally get it out? Because they couldn't get it out at first. It was too heavy. The next day, when they went back with equipment to get out to it to be able to grab it and pull it in, it was light and it was emptied. Why? I'm just messaging my sister. I'm kind of worried about her because she's not here and she's not answering any of my messages. I'm very worried about my sister right at this point. It is very unlike her not to be here. So sorry, I just wanted to send her another message. I believe she was in 2 different places. And I believe that she has been moved. I believe she's been moved from the Aurora area. And I believe that Barry and all his little goonies were watching anything with Suzanne's name. I believe he was watching. Okay. So if he's seen that people were going to do searches in certain places and the dates they were going, I believe he could have moved stuff. Yes, Burke's, or no, Flyer B. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, it was at Sand Creek Park in the creek stream thing. The water was very high, so nobody could see that there was even a suitcase there. But when the water level dropped 2-3 feet, that's when the suitcase was seen. Okay. And they tried to get it out and they couldn't. It was too heavy and it was stuck in mud. They tried to get to it, but they kept sinking in the mud. So they had to wait and come back the next day to try and bring stuff that they could get out to it to get it. When they got there the next day, the suitcase was open and it was empty and it was light. Miss Elizabeth, it's very hard because once you've realized they become a narcissist, they've already got you under their spell, and they've gotten you feeling so bad about yourself, and they've alienated you from so many people that you feel like maybe you're gone crazy and that they're telling you the truth. So you start believing everything they say. It's very hard to protect yourself against something like that. Bullets for dinner. It was a suitcase that was found once. I just explained that when the water, because I had did a pendulum session, and it had shown that the area where she could be found was Sand Creek Park near Aurora. I'm not going to mention her name. Bullets for dinner. It was somebody who was working along with our team, also with AK. She found the spot, and we alerted AK to it. She did go out to the spot daily and was searching around. There was certain things that were found. There was a blue blanket found that matched the blue blanket that was found in the Puma Path home. There was also a cooler. There was coolers missing from the Puma Path home, and they found other things around that area. Now, like I said, she was going back daily and just searching the area. And keeping an eye on these things. And it was reported to CBI. Police had gone out and searched a couple of areas that were of interest to us. Now, what did they do there? We don't know, okay, because they were told to leave the area. When she continued to go to the area, it's a female, an older female, she continued to go to that area, okay? And in one of those times that she went to the area, she had noticed that the creek had dropped a couple feet. And that's when the suitcase was seen. They tried to get to the suitcase. They tried to pull it out. It couldn't. It was too heavy and it was stuck. Okay. So the next day they returned with things that they could reach the suitcase in, because they kept sinking in the mud trying to get to it. Everything that they tried to grab it with, it was too heavy. They couldn't get to it. So the next day when they went back, the suitcase had been empty. It was open, empty, and it was light. So something was removed from that suitcase. That was at the Sand Creek area that I had got in my pendulum read. My pendulum session, I should say. No, it was something very heavy, Tammy. It was something heavy that was in that suitcase. So I believe it could have been rocks or something thrown in, maybe with some of her body parts in that suitcase. Rocks put in there to weigh it down, so it sunk to the bottom. But what happened was that creek with the drought or whatever, or the tools, yes, Loo, or the tools, sunk, okay, and got stuck. So when the water level dropped a couple feet, oh, thank you, Kelly Ann. I appreciate that. So when the water level dropped, that's when the suitcase became visible, you guys. Okay, so Kellyanne says, I remember I went to Sand Creek Park last summer and saw the white crane. It was difficult to get to the water. That was not me, but I looked because I live in Denver. Yes, thank you so much, Kellyanne, for going out and searching that area. There was another female, an older female that did go out, and she found all this stuff, okay? AK also was involved in this that we were doing behind the scenes. And when they got to it the next day, that suitcase was empty. And whatever was in it had been removed. So, and I mean, that was put out there. And that's why I was trying to stress back then, come on, you guys, let's not put the areas out there that we are searching or exactly where we found these things. But it was put out there by somebody else that, till this day, I still do not trust this person. Somebody else posted it. And so the location was put out there. And the next day when they went back, that's when they noticed that the suitcase was opened and everything in it had been removed, and it was now light. Right. Thank you again for that, Kellyanne. I very much appreciate that super chat. Hello, Justice Janie. Bullets for Dinner says, oh, I remember the same place where the cooler was found. Yes, the cooler and the blue blanket. It was right around in that area. When the water level had dropped, the older woman who had gone out there, that's when she seen the suitcase. They tried to get it, but it was too heavy. And it had been closed. So when they went the next day with equipment to go and get it, that's when they noticed it was empty and it was very light. It could be removed very easy. So that's what's going on with that, you guys. So I do believe that somebody who's seen, and this other person who I still do not trust today, I've got her blocked. I believe, and this person that I'm speaking about that I don't trust, has also been seen at Barry's and had gone visiting Barry, even brought him dinner. Okay. She's the one that posted it out online for everybody to see. She was seen at Barry's, bringing him a casserole or something. She went in and spoke with Barry. Barry allowed her in. That's the same person that posted what we had found, this suitcase and everything, and the blanket and whatnot. She posted it to Line. Okay? Yeah. I wasn't going to mention it, you guys, but I have to. Yes. That person who posted all of our stuff to Line and outed us, she is the one that was seen at Barry's, going into Barry's and bringing Barry a casserole. There she is. Yep, I believe she was. And there's Doug. Hello, Doug, and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There she is. Hello, sister. You had me worried. So there she is, everybody. She is now here. Thank you. Yes. And Des will remember this back when this was all happening. Des was basically kept in the loop. And part of all this also, there's an older lady who found that suitcase when the water level had dropped. So we wanted to keep it between me, her, and AK. Somehow there was a slip up somewhere and it was released to another woman. That woman put it out there on the internet, exactly where it was and everything. That same woman also was caught going to Barry's, talking with Barry and bringing him a casserole. Barry allowed her into the house. So very interesting. Very interesting. And the next day when they went back to get the suitcase, it was open, empty, and very light. Hello, Strawberry Wine. I love that song, Strawberry Wine. Every time I see your name, that song comes to my head. I remember seeing a photo of that suitcase, probably in a Facebook. Yep. Yeah. I'm not going to out her name, but I've got her blocked from my channel. But yeah, so from then on, that's why we had to start keeping everything hush hush and not really sharing things, because this person kept putting what we had found out on she even used the picture of the blue blanket as her picture on YouTube. Like, she wanted to be something, but in all reality, she is also the one that was seen, and it can be proven that she went to Barry's, brought him a casserole, and sit and had a powwow with Barry in the Puma Path home. So that's okay, sis. I was just worried about you when you hadn't answered the phone or nothing and weren't here. You kind of got me worried there. So I'm just glad that everything's okay and you're here now, so that's great. Yes, Janet, that is despicable. I'm just going back through some of the messages here. Yeah, Des seems to be doing a lot of the work for the kids, making sure they pass. So, no, the person does not have a channel that I know of. Like I said, I have this person blocked. So I don't see, I don't know how it works on YouTube if I block that person, if I can still see their channel, if they had one. I don't know, but I have not seen this person have a channel. But she is part of a lot of the Facebook groups, and she is commenting a lot on Suzanne Morphew case on other people's channels. Yeah, I don't trust her one bit because she is the only one that outed that location. She also started trying to contact AK and the woman that found all this stuff. I'm not going to mention her name. The woman that found all this stuff started getting messages from this woman, and she felt very intimidated and felt like she was asking questions that shouldn't be asked by just a normal YouTuber. And then when we found out that this person also was caught at Barry's and bringing him food and having powwows and going in Barry's house, we just axed her. So, like I said, I'm not going to put her name out there, but she knows who she is. And if she is somehow, if even though she can't comment or anything on my channel, I think she can still see it. If she's here and watching, she knows who she is and she knows what she's done. So, oh, wasn't looking at my phone. Okay, you did. You had me worried, girl. I think I know one of his daughters even went hunting with him. So blood and gore is nothing to I believe it's the oldest daughter that went hunting with him. So I don't know. She's seen there when he's got that bear thing. She's in I've heard that she's a hunter kind of sort of too. So I think he treated his daughters like gold. Vicky says, if no body parts, how can DA charge if abuse of a corpse? Makes me think they found something. Yes, I do believe that they found something. But Vicky, I'm gonna say it again. What I think is somebody has spoken. Somebody has given information to the DA. I believe it's somebody, like I said, go back to my read on February 26th. It says that this is going to blow up come spring, and that somebody is going to start talking. I believe the reason that they can charge him with that is because somebody started talking. I believe it's going to be George or his mother. I don't think it's his mother, but those are the only two that I know that are very close to him. Or did one of the daughters? But the daughters were in court blowing him kisses, saying they love him. So I'm leaning more towards George. I don't know, Miss Elizabeth, what, if anything was found there. I don't know if they even went. The police at the beginning were very dismissive of anything coming in off of YouTube, especially from psychics or card readers. So they did have the police out there once for stuff that was found, and I don't know what happened there because the police made them leave the area. So I don't know what was found there, but it's all going to come out. That's why, you guys, I'm so excited to see this probable cause affidavit. I think it will be released after the May 27th court date. Trevor, I don't think Trevor really knew anything. I think Trevor was really shooting off his mouth and shooting from the hip and just trying to be important or look important. Yes, this woman I'm talking about gets on a lot of channels, and she's also scouring all the Facebook pages. She has a lot of time on her hands. The mother's pretty old, Bonnie. I would say his mother is probably in her 70s. The daughter that just graduated, I believe, is the oldest one. Very, very possible, Burks. Very possible. Forensics could have dried the suitcase, checked for blood with luminol, swab whatever area glowed, even a minute at swab. Yep, very possible. We don't know. I just sent you a pic of me and my baby girls, both of them. Aww, I gotta check that out. Aww. I was gonna put it in front of my camera, but I don't have my camera on. Aww, I love it. Yes. I know that there have been a few psychics that also did some channeling and stuff like that, but I'm not a psychic. I'm a reader, and I just do my ancestor and oracle cards. So, I mean, but we do get a bad rap, you guys. But like I said, if you guys go back into my previous reads, especially the one in October and February, everything in there has come true. And it's being shown by what we're seeing in the court filings. With his arrest, my read in February, Suzanne told us through the ancestors that come spring, it's going to blow up. Things are going to happen. Look what happened. He was arrested. Vicky H wants to know if his mother, I believe, is in the Salida, Maysville area. He bought her a property there. Lisa wants to know, do you think it's too late for immunity for the ones that come forward now? It all depends. It all depends on what they have and what they were part of. If they were part of the murder, absolutely not. They're not going to get immunity. But depending on what they know, when they knew it, stuff like that, there's a lot of factors that go into that. Flyer B, I have no idea. I have no idea about that, but I know that there was a bunch of property sold in Indiana. So was her, if she owned, I don't even know if she owned a home in Indiana, but if she did, could that be one of the ones that he had sold? Very possible. Burks, I'm going to predict no, because I think that the daughters, once they see the probable cause affidavit and what they have, I don't think they're going to be on their dad's side. And if they are, I would question it as to why. Yep, I covered that to you guys. But yeah, there was people that were flanking them when they were searching the creek that runs along the side of, what was it, 205 or 50 or whatever that highway was there, just up past, on the way in between where they lived, where you take the turn off to get to the Puma Path home, at the corner there where the parking lot is, that highway there, and Maysville. And it was in between there that they were searching the riverbed there. I don't think she's in that riverbed. I think she's in the one that's behind the Puma Path home. And that's why I believe Barry had the trail cams up, because he didn't want anybody coming anywhere near it. That's why I think he was walking around out there with the guns too. But yeah, they were being watched very, very closely. And I believe that they were some of Barry's friends that were flanking a Adventures with Purpose and AK. Yes, please, you guys, smash that like button. It lets people know that we are live and discussing this. Barry also lied about purchasing that property for his mother. It makes me wonder if he purchased it to bury stuff there and then sold it. We don't know. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to come out in this probable cause affidavit. Hello, LD. I'm trying to see all the ones I haven't given a shout out to here. I'm trying to keep track of new ones coming in. But hello, and welcome. If I have missed you, I'm very sorry. So yeah, so there's a lot of interesting things that we see in that complaint. They obviously have evidence to prove that there's first-degree murder. They have evidence. First-degree murder is something premeditated. So keep that in mind, you guys. They have evidence of that to be able to charge him with that. We will see what that evidence is in the probable cause affidavit. We will see some of it. They don't have to put it all in there. They only have to put enough to convince, you know, the judge that this trial should go through. Okay. So there's going to be limited, just enough to prove their point. Okay, not all of it. So believe me when I say they have something to prove first degree, which is premeditated murder. Okay. Secondly, I read yous over. Just because everything is written there does not mean that they believe every one of those things happened to Suzanne's body. Those are just all clumped together in that section of the criminal code. So at least one of those things happened, okay, to Suzanne's body. They're going to have proof of that. They're going to show enough proof to get the charge to stick, as well as all the other charges. They have to have at least a little bit of proof that they have to show in the probable cause affidavit. Just like when you guys seen when I went over the probable cause affidavit in Letitia Stout, when we seen Gannon's bedroom, the way it was, when they showed pictures of certain things, they gave certain indications of what they led them to believe that Gannon was actually murdered before they even found his body. It's the same here with Suzanne, okay? So believe me, let's wait and see what happens when this probable cause. We got enough now to know they have proof of these charges that were laid, okay? So know that they have proof. We will see this when the probable cause affidavit is released. So with that, you guys, I am going to close this out. I've been here for an hour and a half. If you have not seen the paperwork, you may want to go back to the beginning of this live and check that out. Everything is there that has been released so far. And just know that I am keeping my eye out daily, 2, 3, 4 times a day. I check for anything else. So as soon as it comes out, I will jump on live and bring it to you. Okay. Yeah, there may be something to do with that too. We're going to know more when the probable cause affidavit comes out. Okay. Well, thank you, Flyer B. I appreciate that. And thank you all for being here. Thank you, Kellyanne. Thank you too. Thank you very much. Thank you, all of yous. for being here and showing your constant support and continued support for me and the channel. And Des, thank you, Des, for being here. I love you, sis. There's a lot more to come, you guys. So please make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell so you're made aware when we do go live. And I will be going live. I will be checking this daily on all 3 cases, Barry Morphew, Letitia Stout, and Lori and Chad Daybell. And I will go live as soon as I find anything out on all of those cases. So thank you, you guys. You guys are the best. I've gotten a lot of comments lately from new subscribers saying how polite and welcoming you guys all are. Oh, thank you, Justice Janie. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, you guys. It helps out, and it helps, you know, the channel. Helps us to be able to do this a lot more often. So yes, with that being said, I am going to, that's okay, Des. Like I said, I don't have to worry about my subscribers. They are so polite and so, I just can't say it enough. I respect you guys so much. So as much as you guys thank me, I thank all of you. Okay, because without you, we wouldn't have a channel. And I say we because this is me and Des. We go hand in hand. So I want to thank all you guys too, and all the other creators that do stop in. Doug from No Thanks Investigates, and Megan from Southern Soul Tarot. If you haven't subscribed to them, please head on over to their channels and give them a subscribe. Oh, Des, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You don't have to do that. I was just worried that something had happened because you weren't answering. But I do know that there's times that you're not going to be able to be here, having 2 girls now. So thank you for that. So thank you, everybody. And like I said, thank you for your continuous support. Thank you for the super chats and the super stickers. I appreciate them. And they do help because I am going to be purchasing the StreamYard subscription, so I don't have to worry, because you're only given the free version only gives you a certain amount of time that you can use it. So I am going to purchase that. I think it's like 25 bucks a month or something like that. So I will be purchasing that, so I don't have to worry about how many times I'm using StreamYard, because you're only given so many hours in the free version. So I will purchase a membership there so I can use it whenever I want to bring you guys up to date and keep you guys up to date. Just like we are right now. Things are heating up in all 3 cases, you guys. So I'm on top of it. Okay. So till the next time, you guys, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Love you to the world and back. There's AK before we go. AK, there you are. I love you. I got the details on the suitcase to put to bed any rumors if needed. I came in late. Okay, suitcase, what about it? So, before we go, you guys, here is AK. AK was a big part of that regarding the suitcase thing. What do you know? What can you tell us, AK, about the suitcase? Was there anything found regarding that suitcase? I haven't talked to AK in so long, you guys. Did you check out AK, my last read in February? Okay, so I'm going to put on the screen what AK says, you guys. The suitcase was checked out by Aurora PD. Shelley, it wasn't the officials that couldn't get it out. It was somebody that I was working very closely with that found it, that couldn't get it out. When they went the next day to get it out, they found that it had been opened and it was empty. And AK knows of this because it was shared with him. We needed to know from him what we should do. They made calls to CCSO and was told no connection. Okay, so there you go, you guys. AK was very much a part of that with that suitcase when we found it. And he can verify for you guys, the lady that I was working for, was working with, was a very older woman, and she was very scared to work with anybody. So I did pass her along to AK because AK was the only one she was going to trust. So they, so yeah, so Aurora PD cleared the suitcase, end of story, period. Great to know. I'm glad, okay, that they did go out because I didn't hear anything really more about it after that. I know she got spooked a bit, but we didn't really hear anything. So thank you for that update, AK. I appreciate it. And love you to death, my dear. Like, you have done amazing, phenomenal work. And I know our work is not done. And I do believe that creek behind Barry's house, AK, now that he doesn't own the house, I'm wondering if you guys are going to be able to get near it. So thank you, thank you, thank you for that, AK. But like I said, I do have to get going now, you guys. I've got a load to do. I'm so thankful for AK stopping in and giving us closure on that suitcase. Thank you very much for that, my dear. Okay, so until the next time, you guys, as soon as I hear anything, I will be jumping on a live and be bringing it to you. Yes, we've been in and out and reported our findings. Great. Okay, so until the next time, you guys, as soon as I hear anything more, I will be jumping back on and bringing you any of the new updates. Like I said, I don't think we're going to get any more court things until the 27th. I'm waiting for the 27th for that order to come out regarding the probable cause affidavit. I think everybody in YouTube land is sitting on pins and needles, especially all the creators that have covered Suzanne Morphew since the beginning. Since the beginning, we are all sitting on pins and needles waiting for this probable cause affidavit to come out, the arrest affidavit, etc. So when that happens, you guys know I will be jumping on live and I will be bringing it to you as soon as it is available. Okay, so I watch for an updated read of Suzanne coming. I will be doing that within the next day or so, and see what more I can get regarding all of this stuff. Okay, so until the next time, you guys, please take care of yourselves. Stay safe. I hope to see you guys all next live. Bye-bye for now.